This story now, the case involving alleged Parliament arsonist Zandile Mafe has been postponed to September the 2nd. Earlier, Mafe lay on the floor saying he didn't want to appear in court. He stands accused of terrorism related to the burning of Parliament earlier this year. Mafe will remain in custody. eNCA's Ayesha Ismail is covering that story for us and joins us now. Ayesha, it seems it was an eventful day in court. Just take us through the proceedings today.
Well, it was rather a dramatic beginning for Zandile Mafe's first appearance in the Western Cape High Court. He was meant to appear in person for his pre-trial hearing, but when proceedings started, the court orderly entered court saying to the judge and to the legal representatives here that he said, and to quote him, he said, "We are faced with a rather bizarre situation where the accused is refusing to appear in court." He then proceeded to tell the court that Zandile Mafe was lying on the floor and that he tried to pick him up, but that he did not want to get up and was refusing to come to court. It was at that stage where the judge then asked the legal representative, Godla, to go to the cells to go and consult with his client. Minutes later, Mr. Godla then reappeared and informed the court that Zandile Mafe was not feeling well, that he'd been incapacitated, and that he was not in a position to come and to appear in court today. We also heard from Mr. Godla that Zandile Mafe was still in his pajamas and did not feel comfortable appearing in court. Mr. Godla also informed the court that his client was on a hunger strike and that he, as his legal representative, had not been informed about Zandile Mafe having embarked on a hunger strike. But I'm now joined by the National Prosecuting Authority's Western Cape spokesperson, Eric Ntabazalila. What an eventful day and a rather dramatic start to Zandile Mafe's first court appearance in the Western Cape High Court.
Yes, it was. It also took us by surprise. We were not aware that he was on hunger strike, and we were also not aware that we were ready to start with the first appearance of the trial. So we were taken aback when it was mentioned that he's been on hunger strike and that he's sick. I guess some of the questions that the media and other people may have will have to be answered by correctional services. So we had to postpone the matter to the 2nd of September for another pre-trial. We continued this morning in his absence. So there's also going to be an exchange of documents between the state and the defense. 95% of our case, we have handed them to them already. Even the docket, they've got the docket. What's still missing is video footage, which we asked them to give us a hard drive, which we can download into the video footage into the hard drive and hand it to them. I think by this week, everything will be handed to them. The state is ready to proceed with the trial, and they've indicated also that as soon as they get all the evidence and they're able to consult, they'll be ready to start with the trial.
And that, I guess, is the reason for a pre-trial, to iron out any differences and to make sure that all the witness statements and all the documents are in order so that when a date is set for a trial, it is able to run smoothly.
It is indeed to ensure that all the tasks are on the road and that when we start with the trial, we just continue without having challenges in between. I think it's meant to ensure that the role of the High Court runs smoothly and that the parties set aside the times as well as the time for the trial as well as financial instructions, if there are any, and all the other nitty-gritties need to be sorted out during this period so that when you start with the trial, we just go until we finalize.
Now, we also heard that Dr. Van Tonder was meant to come to court today to testify. What would have been the purpose of her testimony?
You'll remember there's the issue of Section 78. That is the state of Mr. Mafe's understanding of the state of understanding what he did, as well as what he faces, and understanding the wrongfulness of what he did. You'll remember Dr. Van Tonder did a preliminary report, which was used at the Cape Town Magistrates Court. It led to this court, where the process itself was challenged successfully by the defense. The issue was not dealt with. That is the issue of whether he's in a position to understand the the wrongfulness of what he did in the case. And so we called him, Dr. Van Tonder, called her, Dr. Van Tonder, to testify today. But after consultation with the judge, there was a feeling that matter needed to be dealt with by the judge will be doing the trial. So we just told the doctor not to come through. So I'm sure when the trial starts, that issue will be dealt with, the Section 178, and it will be dealt with so that when we get to the trial stage, we are all on the same page. The accused is either ready to start with the trial in terms of capacity, and like he said before, he's said several times that he's fine. There's nothing wrong with himself. So, but we need an expert to. Our position has been all along, which I'm sure you know that it was defeated in court, was that we would love to have him sent to Falkenberg for an observation of 30 days, so that when we get to trial, there are no questions around his mental capacity.
Thank you so much for your time. And that was the National Prosecuting Authority's Western Cape spokesperson, Eric Ntabazalila.
All right. Thank you very much, Ayesha, for that update. That's reporter Ayesha Ismail.